cool. New events live. I don't know if that's why does it still say offline? I don't trust it. Mr. Network Analyzer, how are you tonight? I am dealing with some technical difficulties. That's what I'm doing tonight. Apparently, TikTok got broke earlier. We weren't doing too well earlier. Camera broke, everything disconnected. I had like a power glitch over here. But no, altogether doing pretty good now. We're out of sickness and we're back on to working some RG-400 right now. So I'm going to go ahead and kill OBS over here because it looks like, no, I don't want to exit. I'm going to stop that altogether. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Yes. This is some stuff that doesn't get, I guess a whole lot of credit for a lot of years, but now a lot of people have been turned on to it, so it's a good wire, it does a good job. I'm pretty happy with how flexible it is, with the thermal capacity it is, and it just works out to be a good overall jumper for most applications. It's mainly used in aeronautics and aerospace, but works out pretty well as a jumper for most guys too. All right, so yeah, we added a new piece of test equipment. I guess you didn't get to see since you called me Mr. Network Analyzer. You see my VNA down there, but added another piece in line. If you guys haven't got a chance to see it, I guess I'll turn you guys around real quick. That's what it's all about. All right, so we got another one right here in the middle. So this right here is a communications test set. So right now I can go over here and I can go to the spectrum analyzer function right here. I can go over here and I can go to the RF generator function over here. So I can have some fun with that. That is a cool piece of test equipment I can show you guys more on later, but we're going back over here. Just allows me to do a lot of my stuff. Hey, what's up, RB? Hope you're doing well. What's up, Sergio? Rosaline, thanks for hanging out. All right. So for you guys on the Facebook land, you guys are back because for some reason your the feed broke after I was trying to fix TikTok. So I just had to restart TikTok and Facebook. So it is what it is. We're working on some RG-400 right now. I'm building some sample line for some bird meters, and I'm building some velocity factor cut jumpers right now. So those are two different things I'm building. Two different purposes, same coax for both. The ends, or one of the terminations, is going to be different here in just a little bit, but you guys will see that as I'm doing it. Hey, thanks for the follow. Thanks for liking the live. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. If you guys tap the screen on TikTok, that is great, because that apparently helps my algorithm a whole lot. The more you guys tap the screen. YouTube and Facebook, they can only like me one time, but you guys can like me a lot more than that. So thank you very much for doing so. It shares the hopefully it will share my content to more people. A lot of guys have tried to do the GIFs and the whatever the heck you want to call them, sending me stuff on TikTok. I appreciate the thought, but if you want to do something nice for me and you want to be super kind, just share the live and like the live. That's literally all I ask, because that brings it to more people, and I can show more people how to build these wires, get more people interested in the RF field, and just help the overall community in RF. So this is a very niche field, so the more people that get to see it, the more people that get interested in it, the better it is overall. So I'm very happy to be a part of that, very happy to kind of share that with you guys, and then very, very happy when you guys share it with other people. Now, 99% of the people might look at it and be like, nah, that's weird. I would never do nothing like that. That's crazy. But for the fact that 1% of the population may join in the RF community in some way, I'd say it's worth the effort because it makes the community that much larger. I think in the entire RF spectrum from top to bottom, I'd have to do the math, but I think there's only like maybe 4 or 5 million people maximum. There's in other countries and stuff, there are more. That includes broadcast, that includes telecom, that includes hobbyists, that includes amateurs, whatever you want to call them, across the field. So I would have to double check my numbers on that, but that's just my assumption based off of previous information that I'd gathered. I don't know if it's still true. But yeah, thank you for liking it, guys. I appreciate y'all. Those likes really do help. All right, so I don't know if YouTube is broke over there, but it might be. But it is what it is. I'll have to deal with it. Some days you're the bug. Some days you're the windshield. So, hey. We're working, like I said, on some RG-400 right here. If you guys have any questions about it, if you guys would like to know more about other things in the RF theory, if you guys would like to see these digital birds and stuff like that, feel free to ask, and I will pop the camera around, let you guys look at it. This is your original Bird 43 right here. That's what it looks like. I'll scoot it over a little bit for TikTok guys. The digital one has a replacement movement on the front that expands the functionality a little bit, but otherwise is functionally does the same thing. It'll add a mode of operation, AM. It'll add your some of your other more digital modes that have a lot faster movements and stuff. It will add some functionality to be able to read those, so that's great. All right, so copy of Facebook's working fine. 152. Appreciate you. Thank you very much for letting me know that. That's good. Hey, thanks for all the comments. Good evening. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. I know it is a different time zone for a lot of you guys, so hope you guys are doing well in your areas. We did the giveaway. You guys may or may not have caught that on the last live, but so far we have 3 different shirts from the Christmas giveaway. Basically, it was just comment back whenever I said Merry Christmas to everybody, and I'd pick 3 random people on the different platforms. We had a fellow from Scotland won, a fellow from Arizona won, and I'm not sure the location of the 3rd individual, but he was on YouTube. And the funny thing is, it was literally all 3 platforms. I got 1 comment on YouTube, so the one that commented on YouTube ended up getting a shirt, and not because he was a standalone drawing. He was literally out of the drawing of everybody. Had like 50-something people on Facebook, and then had like 8 or 10 on TikTok. So yeah, it worked out pretty cool. I was very happy with that. So if you guys are wanting to see any of these events that's coming up in this next year, I'll be sharing another event coming up. It's not going to be a key down or anything. The first key down is going to be on Easter, but I will share one of the radio events. The first event I'm going to be going to is a CB event. The second event I'm going to be going to is going to be a ham fest. The third event I'm going to be going to is a key down. So you guys will get to see all those the coming months up until April this coming year. So that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, if you guys want tower sections, if you guys want coax, if you guys want vacuum tubes, if you want vacuum relays, if you want high voltage wire, high voltage connectors, anything to do with RF theory or remotely related to RF theory, transformers and stuff like that. I sell a lot of that stuff. If you're looking at the website anytime in the next couple days, it's broke for a couple days, so just send me a message and I'll get you an invoice. There's a feature on the website that says text us. I also still have my TikTok shop and it's working just fine, so for anybody that knows about how TikTok shop works, you can get some stuff off of there. But yeah. Let's go right here. Hey, thanks for the follow, Eldridge. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. You guys are awesome, man. Thanks. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the content enough to drop me a follow. So thank you very much. I wish I could thank YouTube and Facebook a little bit more because I'm not seeing who starts following me on those platforms as much. I see their comments, but I don't see the follows as much. I'll have to find a platform where I can see all your guys' things. So I'm just working on a bunch of RG-400. Some of these are going to be sample lines. Some of these are going to be velocity factor cut jumpers that are going to be cut for a mono-banded application. And they're going to be set to be as close to invisible for that part of the RF spectrum as possible. Ooh, that's a little warm. Gotta watch out for that. Let's throw that over there so it's out of my way. Maybe it won't get me again. Wow. Typically I watch what I grab, but whenever I was tucking it in right there, I wasn't paying much attention. And that booger was hot. It takes a bit to burn me, but that got me. Got a little line on my finger right there. I can feel it. I did get my finger the other day. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was touching some hot glue. It was, but it was a very high temperature hot glue. So it got me a little bit. But just be careful with what you're working with. Just make sure you're not being too careless. I was slightly careless with what I just did right there, but not too bad. If you guys got any questions, like I said, about these things, you guys can feel free to ask. I can talk to you guys about the digital birds. I can talk to you guys about RF theory. I can talk to you guys about what velocity factor is. We can talk about, like I said, these events coming up. You guys can learn what a key down is. We can talk about the best type of coax for whatever your application is. We can talk about attenuation. We can talk about friction coefficient. There's whatever you guys want to know. Let's talk about it. All right, so I'm waiting on you guys. You guys pop something out there. If you guys want to talk about the weather, I'm kind of curious what the weather's like in your area anyway. Because I think it's in the 40s right now down here. What is it right here? It is 34 degrees, 29, low of 29 tonight and a high of 46 today. Tomorrow's a little bit warmer and it warms up a little bit throughout the week. So this is the coldest day of the week here. All right. What's up, Andre? Hope you're doing well, man. We are currently working on some RG-400 right here. I'm doing some terminations on it right here. We're using some UHF connectors. What's up, Norman? Hope you're doing well. Everybody else, hope you're doing well too. Am I coming to the Big Island break in February? Not this year, unfortunately. I really want to, but I've got to make it to Hamcation this year. Hamcation is the exact same day as the Big Island, so it's very frustrating for me. But I will be out next year, not this year, but I'll be out the 2027, so I should be there with no problems. But I got to make it to Hamcation. I'm not super happy about it, to be honest. There's the two biggest ham events of the year is going to be the two biggest ham fest, that is Hamcation and Dayton, Ohio. So I'll be in Dayton this year, and I'll be in Hamcation this year, or at Hamcation this year. After that, I'll be in Lapahoehoe the following year. But I want to say I at least made it to Hamcation one time, and I might as well do it now before I can't make it there again. Because I'd say there's very little that'll keep me from going to Lapahoehoe any year following, just because I got a ton of support from you guys over there, and it's just, I don't know. I enjoy you guys' company. Hawaii's a nice place. I enjoyed Volcano over there. It was just great. So it's an excellent event to make it to. That's funny. Kind of watch my hand. There's a rat on the tip of that. I pulled back fast enough, it didn't get me. Rotating right here. Sorry, I'm getting the solder on here and I'll respond. Yeah, there's a couple events that I miss that I'm gonna not be able to make that I've been able to make years in the past. But overall, I'm making more events this year than I've made any year previously. So you'll see me at a lot of events this year. Every event I make it to, I'll be donating to whatever club that is actually there. So you guys will have some stuff to be able to win that helps out the club, and that you guys can win something that comes from me. You'll have to give the club whatever donation they want to get it. Oh no. Yeah, man, for sure. I appreciate you, Dexter. I will definitely be shooting to make it on 2027. I don't know what's going on with the camera right now. What am I fixing or making? I'm working on some RG-400s, what I'm making right now. So this is a type of coax. It's commonly used in aeronautics and aerospace, but I'm using it for jumpers. And also using it for a very, very overkill purpose, which is a sample line for a watt meter, an RF reading meter. So it's extreme overkill for that, but I'm doing it anyway. Alright, so these are all done. Now I gotta do two more. Oh, hang on a second, let me look at this. This is already finished. Alright, so now you guys can watch and see how I'm making these birds. So the way I'm setting it up right here is I'll be working on the next ones. Let me grab some more parts out of my drawer. I'm kind of working my way through my stock now. I'm gonna have to restock here pretty soon. Let me refill my drawer. All right. At so many ends I'm doing, I'm just going to throw some extras on the desk just so I can get those done, and I'll keep this drawer as full as possible. All right, let's grab some reducers. All right, there we go. So now I need to grab this Dremel over here, which is this one right here. We need to get some handy dandy fancy safety glasses. They're going to be sitting right over here somewhere. Finally getting a little bit warm. About time today. I'm going to take my jacket off. I think we'll take it off. We'll see. If I get cold again, I can always just grab it again. Ain't the end of the world. Set it over here. It's got a heater set up. Alright, so safety glasses time. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut a few of these. So if this messes with your ears, hey Marco, thanks for the follow. I appreciate you, man. So I'm going to show you guys how to cut these things. So, what's up, Fuji? Waving a hand, man. Alright, 75 foot of RG-400 is not the best feed line, just so you know. But if you're looking for 75 foot of RG-400, it is $3 a foot. So it'd be $150 plus 75 would be $225. So that's what it would cost you. If you're buying outside the state of Georgia, there is no tax on that. If you need ends and connectors and stuff, I can get you some ends and connectors. Build you some terminations, put them on for you, or you can do it yourself. But if you're trying to use it as a main feed line, I would highly recommend to go something like 1/2-inch flex. You'll only pay 50 cents a foot more, and it'll have much greater attenuation. Much better attenuation, so lower attenuation numbers. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. But if you had any specific use case for it, if you just wanted some jumpers just to build your own jumpers and you wanted just to buy 75 foot, by all means feel free to. If you're using it as a main feed line, like I said, I would suggest another option. But if you're using it for like, say a, what do you call it, a field day activation or something like that, something simple, something easy to throw up, low friction coefficient, easy to throw around up underneath the, in the back of a vehicle or something like that, or anything like that, then yes, for sure, it would work just fine in that application. Because you're not really concerned about attenuation there. You're more concerned about just ease of use and how easy it is to pull it out and use. Yeah, for sure, no problem. I do offer wholesale on pretty much anything I have. But the length has to be a lot larger. If anybody is looking to build up some product, then I can do that too. I can help you source a lot of length, and then we can set you up with your own coax. I'm an RF supply company. I do not care if I supply my own competitors. It does not hurt my feelings at all. And then it's just, I'm like I said, I'm an RF supply company. That's what I do. The fact that I build this coax is just more of a coincidence than anything. I build it because people ask me to build it because nobody else is willing to do it. So if somebody else takes over my job and decides they want to start putting terminations on and they want to start buying the coax from me in bulk, by all means, it does not hurt my feelings. I will do that for you. I've done enough videos, you guys can kind of figure out how to put this stuff together yourself. Yep. Base antenna application, Carol. See if I got that right. Yep, Carol, should be right. If it's a base antenna, then I would suggest a different coax, and that would give you a lot better, lot lower attenuation. But if it's temporary or something like that, or you just need it to be small, then I can do that also. It's no big deal. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish this off. I've got to have this right here. Working my way through my heat shrink little by little. Anybody got more questions? Y'all feel free to ask. We're going to do some more unique ones on here. So this right here. Whoops. Where'd I go? I'll get it later. I shot it off the wrong direction. Typically when you're smart and you are paying attention to what you're doing, when you cut with the pair of dikes, you can choose which direction it flies. But I made a mistake and I wasn't paying much attention. So it flew back towards me and landed somewhere. And now it is currently in no man's land. Wherever it may be, I can find it later. Alright, so now from here, we got to strip this back a little bit further because of what we're doing. But yeah, you can, you're on Facebook, just send me a message and let me know. Beams. I don't really have any 213 for that, John. I can do it with some RG-400 and it would do just the same because it would literally be cut to velocity factor and it would be small and it would be and it would match the same SWR as it would be at the feed point itself. I can do all that stuff with RG-400, especially if it's for just an analyzer. Yeah, no problem. Appreciate you, triple one. Thank you very much. Or is that 111? That would be the question. I think it's 111 though. Appreciate you, man. If you just want to make it look good for videos, I can do some velocity factor half-inch flex too. That's no problem. I got it on the website. The website is currently broke, so there's no point in telling you about the website right now. But it's the shipping calculator is broke on the website. That's what it is. But as soon as that's fixed, everything will be good. It should be fixed hopefully by tomorrow, and everything will be back to normal. But I can always just send you an invoice. That ain't no big deal. Yeah, I can do that. That's fine. Get you a little bit of links. We can do that. That would be no problem at all to build. I'm actually building one just like it. That one's gonna have a regular termination on it though, but I can build one with a split feed just the same. Yeah, that's actually what I did on mine whenever I tuned it. I tuned it with one of those RG-400s just because it was simple and small and easy to deal with. All right. So again, what I'm building right here is the terminations for a. Okay, cool. Yeah, ain't no problem. Ain't nothing but a thing to build them for you. Just give me a little bit to get caught up, and then I'll be happy to do it. If you wanted to order it beforehand, just so you don't have to worry about it later on, then like I said, just give me a. Just tell me, and I'll send you an invoice. Let me know when you can get to it. Shoot it over to you. Sounds good. Looks like OBS just screwed up again. So something happened. OBS just crashed. So I lost my internet connection on there, and it disconnected me from Facebook. I'm pretty sure. Am I still on Facebook? Let me know. Oh, it came back. Cool. Whatever. I've got the bad thing is what pisses me off. Oh, forgive me, Lord. What bothers me more than anything is I literally have a 2 gig network connection. The problem with my network connection is that 2 gig network connection is about 600 foot away. Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Malaysia store. Thank you very much. It's pretty cool seeing all the different followers from different places. Like I got Malaysia. I've had I got a fellow in Malta. Fellow in Malta. He was wanting to order some equipment from me in Malta. I've had Finland message me. I've had where was it? Denmark message me. No, the Netherlands messaged me. It's really cool. I really enjoy seeing all the different places you guys are from. I may not work out a deal or a sale with everybody, but I'm still very grateful to be able to even make the quotes, because it's just a really cool situation for sure. I've given quotes out to Saudi Arabia, to Qatar. I've sent equipment to Australia, New Zealand. It's super humbling. It's pretty cool to be able to just say I've shipped equipment over to those places. It's cool. I enjoy it a lot. All right, this one is done right here. So this is one completed bird setup. This will be for a double bird meter setup. That is this double bird meter that's sitting right here. So if you guys had not seen it already, this one, I don't know if it's completely done. I think I have to do some quick disconnect on it, but this one would be complete right here. That's that one right there. So I'm going to set it. I've got to do the quick disconnects on it, but I'll do that. And then that won't be finished. I'll put that order over there so I know that it goes with that one. Now I've got to do a triple one, and that's going to be right here. Let's see if I can find it. That's 1, 2, 3 here. That covers that one. And then there's a different triple one right here. Where's it at? Another triple one right here. And then another triple one right here. So what I've got to confirm is to make sure every one of these are for coaxes. And then I've got velocity factor and velocity factor. So 2 velocity factors complete here. And then I've got 1 and 2 and 3 velocity factors complete right here. I'm jumping out of the shot for some reason. I don't know why. So a bunch of those are done. So give me just a second. I'm going to use a little tool to measure the length on these, just so I know what I've got, and then I can move forward. So once I measure the length, then I'll know which one's which and all that good stuff. All right, these are, I know what these are. These are for my velocities. Let's check and see what these are real quick. That's for meter, or what you're working on. Yeah, there's some meter. These, the ones I was showing you earlier, yeah, those are for meter. So I'm doing velocity factor jumpers, and I'm doing meters too. So, all right, cool. This one is, I got how many of these? I got 1, 2, 3. So these are 3 more meters right here. Let's check this last one. No, it's all right. Ain't hurting my feelings none. I don't know. I seen your nap over there. Well, I'm sorry about that one.
01.
Not a big one anymore. Might have been big before, but it ain't big right now. All right, so all these are bird setups right here. So I've got those there. So let's get to work on these. I'm gonna throw all the different starter pieces on there, and we'll go from there. Hey, thanks for sharing the live, and appreciate the follow. And hey, Melbourne, Australia, awesome, very, very cool. So thank you guys very much. I thank you guys for following me. There's several of you guys that have already followed today, so that's great, man. Thank you very much. All right, so what we'll do is, you going to Arkansas, John? In the Razorback? I've got to go to, this year the first event I'm going to is going to be in Nassau, where there's an event that's happening there. It's more of a meet and greet than it is an event, but I'll be in Nassau. Do I make amateur radio antennas? I could. I don't necessarily, but I could for sure. It's something I've actually, well, never mind. I've done it for personal builds and stuff like that, but not done any for the public. I am an RF supply company, so I do supply the parts for you guys to be able to build your own stuff. As far as me assembling and doing stuff like that, it's not something I've gotten into. I stay too busy with what I'm doing at the moment. Yeah, okay. Well, heck yeah, man. I'll see you in the Razorback. I'm going to, I think I figured out the math, and it's like 11 or 12 events this year, so I'll be at a bunch of them. But I'm skipping a few. I won't be in Manchester this year. I can't make Manchester because it's literally mine and my wife's anniversary. I most likely won't be able to make it to that event unless it's just lucky coincidence and I just happen to be going by that area. I'm not going to be going, not going to be there. Well, I know we don't, but still, whatever. Once you've been, after a certain amount of years, it's I don't know. We still do stuff all the time. You're going to Nassau. So, hello from Kupang, Indonesia. Okay, well, never mind. You're going to West Palm. Does that one work? Can I say that one? Oh. You haven't even been to Nassau. I can use that as many times as I want.
You're just gonna upset Annie every year. This year it was Hawaii.
Don't be talking junk like that.
Next year it's Nassau. It's gonna be in 2027.
Yeah. We ain't going to Malta. Not yet. Hey, what's up, Chuck? Hope you're doing well, 454.
Take a trip to
New Zealand. I got to get a few more customers in New Zealand before I go to New Zealand.
I have always wanted to hold a koala.
Maybe we can convince the guys in Australia to start up an event down there. No, that would work. So if we could get them to start up an event in Australia, I could show up to that one. That would be good. So we are official. Have I been to Australia before? I have not. So further, we just got our passports. I have never been to Australia, never been outside the United States. Nassau is going to be our first experience outside the U.S. Of course, not very far, like 45 minutes across the ocean from Florida. Well, not that island, that is, but still, just the Bahamas in general. Thank you very much. Appreciate you adding to the pile. I see your pile. It's going to help a lot here in a little while. I'm going to build 1, 2, 3. That puts me at 6 right there. Then I've got to do 4, 5, maybe 6, 7, 8. So that'd be 8 of them being used. And then I don't know how many after that. I think that's it. There's 7, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. So that puts me at 11. Not at the moment. I might try to hold out for you to put some zip ties on, some heat shrink on them. I might not though. I might just do it myself. It just depends. I will give you the big spotlight. I can't at the moment. I am tied up. So, all right, let's get this one done. Let's go ahead and show you guys how to cut this. So what we do is we take a Dremel, just right here, and we're going to chop this little booger right here. So put your safety glasses on. Use your common sense. Don't end up with metal shavings in your eyeballs just because you got pride. Love you. Bye. Thank you very much for your help. When you get another what? A heat wave. It'll be tomorrow. Alright, let's cut another one. I'm going to cut a few of these real quick. I got to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of these. Three. 4. 1 more to go. And safety glasses for the win, because I felt that hit my cheek. So anybody who is prideful enough not to use safety glasses, hey, all power to you, but I don't suggest it. I'll see you next time. Happy New Year. You too, man. Appreciate you. Happy New Year coming up for sure. I don't know how many hours you're ahead, so I don't know when yours changes, but definitely Happy New Year. I think Postman said that it was next year for them. I think 17 hours earlier than us. I don't remember. Did you not get the big giant spotlight? You don't have the big one. Get the big one.
It doesn't matter.
Look, hang on.
The light's not going to protect me.
Look, you guys will just have to hear for a few seconds. Don't get mad at me. Give me at least about 30 seconds and I'll be right back. We're just going to hold a spotlight for somebody who is...
I'll waddle fast.
Yeah, she said she'll waddle fast. Hope you guys forgive her and don't... Where's the light at, though?
I've got the little one.
No, where's the big one? Oh, I got it right here. Look, you think this is enough light? Whoosh. One of the spotlights. All right, here's your light. Let's go. It's daylight. We're good all the way. Nothing. You're good. That's just a rabbit. Look at him.
Where?
Over there. You see him?
Aw.
See? Cute rabbit. So when you hear the grass move, it's a rabbit. Not a chupacabra.
Stop it.
You're already halfway there. Watch out for the hole. There's a hole to your right. All right, love you, bye. All right, hang on. I'm going to get in trouble if I leave yet. All right, I'm gone. Love you, bye. All right. We had a short detour there. We're back to your regularly scheduled programming. All right, so y'all guys didn't get too mad at me. Thank you very much for giving Mrs. D-Win a little bit of grace. All right, I need to grab another zip tie, another run of zip ties. Got some other cool stuff from Cletus. If you guys have not seen, he makes some good stuff right here. He got me this D-Win's RF supply over here, and this D-Win's RF supply over here. This has a light up back on it. This is just a 3D printed mount right here. He built me another option 2, which is a custom case, or no, custom stand. I'll be using that here shortly for some smaller mobile radios. And if you guys did not see the other one from Postman, I've been trying to share his stuff, but it's been a minute. Postman made me one of these. I think that's pretty cool. Little 3D little D-Win's RF supply thing. I think that's pretty cool. All right. What's up, Jamie? What's up, everybody else? Hope you guys are doing well. All right. How you been, Chuck, man? What's going on, man? I have to go to the Big Island before and for the brake setup. My truck out there. Copy, you got to go out to the Big Island. Yeah, I'll be at the Big Island next year. I won't be here this year. I'm going to be in Orlando. I've got to go to Hamcation. I'm not super happy about it because I really enjoy Laupohoy. It's a really good event. So if you guys can make it, go. It's very good. There's good people. Of course, there are people that like to do certain things. Like there's some people who like their shine. There's other people who like their grass. So avoid those sections if you don't like that stuff. But super, super friendly people. They'll welcome you into their own house. Like just great people overall. Really one of the more welcoming places to be, in my opinion. Beautiful island. All the islands that I went to. I went to Kauai, I went to Oahu, and I went to the Big Island. I did not make it to Maui, and that was a mistake on my part. But I will hopefully, I don't know how much of a trip I'll make it next year. I know I'm going to make it to the event, but I don't know if I'll go island hopping like I did this year. But yeah, it's a great event. If you guys can make it at Lapalhoy, make it over there. If you guys are not familiar, there's an event in Nassau on Monday. I think it's, I don't know, the 31st, I think is what it is on January. No. It's the 1st, the 2nd. Monday the 2nd, I think is what it is. But I'll be there. There's a cruise that goes to the event, but I'm just flying out. So if you guys are going on the cruise, hope to see you there on Monday. And then if you guys can't make those events, there's another event in Arkansas on Easter weekend. What am I doing? I'm doing this backwards. Give me a second. That'll get me some more heat shrink. I need that. I got to do the heat shrink before I do the other part. Hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. Hope you got some good presents this year. Maybe you didn't go broke buying presents for everybody else. Hello, George. Waving a hand, man. Hope you're doing well. All right. Slide this up here. All right. If you guys have any questions for me while I'm building this stuff, you guys feel free to ask. I'm building stuff for some bird equipment right now. I will be working on some velocity vector jumpers here in a little while. But yeah, this is what I'm doing at the moment. If anybody doesn't know what company I am, I'm D-Win's RF Supply. I'm an RF supply company, so if anything you need anything to do with RF, I typically will provide it. So if I can't provide it, I can get you lined up with it, one or the other. So not everybody has taken me up on that offer. Like I don't do any radio work or anything like that, but I've had several guys ask me if I can, and then I told them that I don't, but I can get them in contact with some people, so just message me. They have not followed through, so they did not realize that I can still help them, even if I don't offer a service. So, hey, I can only offer so much. I can't force you guys to message me back. Give me just a second. I'm trying to clean up this solder. I made a mistake and grabbed the wrong solder. So I've been using my larger solder for this stuff, and it's actually working out really well. I'm liking it pretty good. Typically, for some of the smaller applications, I'll use some smaller solder, but this larger is working out really, really well for this stuff. All right. I hope I put the reducer on that thing. I did. I freaked out for a second there because that's funny. It's late. Okay. So I'd like to figure out what the heck YouTube's doing. So I'm going to take a look real quick just because I'm extremely curious if it's just broke or if it's just giving me false data. YouTube's usually pretty good for me, but here the past couple days it's been... not the past couple days, the past couple times that I've been on it has been, I'm slacking for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's glitchy or something. If you guys get on YouTube and you get a chance to check it out, let me know if it's glitchy or cutting in and out or anything like that. I'm thinking about possibly changing up computers. I figured it out. I thought I was getting banned on TikTok because I was using a different computer. But I'm 100% positive at this point that it was not that. It was literally I was operating on the wrong assumption, which is unfortunate. But that's how you learn. You make mistakes, you learn, and you gotta go from there. But I was operating on the assumption that I could go live on what's called an RTMP protocol, which unfortunately earlier that year had changed, and I didn't realize it. So that RTMP protocol was only for people who did majority-based, like mobile or video games. So unless I did 80% of my videos as streaming for video games, then I was violating TikTok's terms of service, which I had no clue I was doing because I didn't read the fine print. All I knew was I was allowed access with this particular platform. But they changed the rules and they said, hey, this is for only the gamer guys, because they figure everybody else has got to go on that platform, blah, blah, blah. So, needless to say, I figured out how to go live. I started about 4 or 5 weeks ago and did TikTok Live Studio, and it has worked out okay for me, not super well. The main complaint right now is the fact that it's taking up a decent amount of my CPU usage on the smaller CPU, and it seems like it's a little bit slow on the rendering time. I think I got 4.2 milliseconds on average time to render the frame, so that's a little bit of choppy video. It's not absolutely smooth and fluid motion, so we may end up going on one of our nicer computers, or one of my nicer computers on this setup over here. So I like to test every single one of these jumpers because I want it to work for everybody. I'm not gonna just build something random and make sure it don't work. So that we ain't playing that game. I'll try not to burn myself too. What's the only negative about working with this stuff is once I get it so hot, it's really, really difficult to stay safe and remain unharmed. So give me just a second and push this in here. Yes. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. All right. So I'm cheating a little bit, not in a major way, but just getting it where I can start those threads. Once I get a bite, then I can clean up my mess. Just a smidge. Not that it matters, nor do I have any sort of little dielectric shrink to have to worry about, but I can tidy this up just a smidge, just because I can. And I'm a little bit more, what do you call it? I wouldn't particularly call it OCD, but I'm a little bit more particular about it. So it just kind of bothers me, so I'm fixing it. Alright, that one's good to go. Move on to the next. What is it? Ludog559? Yeah, man, appreciate it. Thank you very much. I definitely had a good Christmas, and I hope you have a Happy New Year also yourself. I suppose I can say this now with confidence. Pretty much everybody in here, I will see all of you guys next year. After this live is over, that is. So kind of find that funny because I can't really do it. I like to do it on guys I won't see for like a week or whatever, and I'll catch them like right after Christmas. Like, oh yeah, see you next year. And they're like, whoa, hold on, what? And then they'll get it. But yeah. But yeah, I won't be live until next year. Now, funny thing is, next year's not too far away. So I will be back on the 1st. And then I'll be back after that on the following Monday. So we are well underway into these RG-400 jumpers, and I am super happy about this. Everything's going well. Best case scenario right here. Need to get that out the way. Got some more stuff to go out to people. I got line sections to go out to people. I got meters to go out to people. I've got coax to go out to people. I shipped another digital bird meter movement out. All kinds of cool stuff, guys. Things have been working out really well. So we're going the right direction. I've got some custom quotes that I'm not able to give right now. Oh, I've got a custom high voltage harness that's coming up here pretty soon. You guys will get to see. I'm pretty excited about that one. Yeah, it's me, 93 out here in Central Cal. Yeah, heck yeah, man. Hope everything's working well for you, 93. Now, if you said it was 93 degrees, Lord, that'd be nuts. I've got several customers out there in Central California. Not really Central Cal, but just California in general. Of course, Northern Cal, Central Cal, and Southern Cal. I shipped out some. I think I got one order for, what is it, Santa Monica. So he's over there around Motormouth territory. Oh, Santa Maria, not Santa Monica. Santa Maria. He's around Motormouth Mall territory. All right. So now we are just chopping these things one by one, moving along through our collection right here. I'm going to tidy up this end just a smidge, just because I can, and I've got the ability to do so. All right. So, plier number 1, plier number 2. I'm pretty positive at this point. I think I'm going to recommend everybody to go the snap-on pliers on all this stuff, just simply because these big ones are fine. But I find I've been using these back set for quite some time, but I think I'm gonna swap to snap-on on all of it. The snap-on that I'm recommending is not the crazy snap-on that's going to cost you a bunch of money. I think if you do your shopping on the 5-inch snap-on or Nipex pliers, that is, I think if you do your shopping, you get it for around $25 a pop. So $50 on some pliers. I think other people have spent more money on other stuff, so I don't think it's going to be too bad of an ask to tell you guys to buy some nice pliers. All right, what's up, number 6? Waving a hand, man. Man, hope you're doing well. Strictly meters and cables, or do you do radios also? I do not do radios. I can give suggestions if you have radios that you need to get worked on and you want to try to get recommendations on places to send it to. So you just send me what equipment you got and I'll give you a recommendation from there. That would be mainly a private message from there on stuff like that. As far as other things, no, I do a lot more stuff than just meters and coax. I'll do tower sections. I'll do high voltage power supplies. I'll do transformers, or of course transformers. I'll do high voltage capacitors. I'll do vacuum variables. I'll do vacuum tuners. I'll do tubes. I'll do all kinds of stuff. Tower sections, crank up towers. I even got a push-up pole. I got all kinds of stuff. Pretty much anything RF related, I've got it. If you need Philly strand, I got Philly strand. If you need coax standoffs, I got coax standoffs. If you need I don't know, fiberglass standoffs for some or spreaders for a quad or something like that. I've got fiberglass spreaders. Like I got all kinds of stuff. Like anything, like I said, anything and everything you can think of to do with RF theory, I've got it. If you need some thrust bearings, I got thrust bearings. Right. We got it all, y'all. Now, I may not beat everybody on the price, but I can guarantee you I can get you what you need. I do the best I can to try to beat prices, but hey, it is what it is. No, Loud Dog, I've got a, I can tell you more about it. Just message me or whatever. I've got a whole, depends on what it is. There'd be some situations where I'd recommend that for sure. But there's other situations where I'd recommend you something different. Just depends on what you're looking for. All right. But no, I don't get too much into that, but I own multiple companies. Let's just say it that way. I don't really talk about other companies on these sites, but I do own multiple companies, just so everybody is aware. So, but I will not mix companies. So if I'm telling you that I'm offering something, it would be through this RF supply. I will not mix any other companies that I own with my RF supply customers. I will suggest them to another company, but I'm not gonna sell you something on RF supply that I don't offer on RF supply. Kind of weird, but it's the way I structure my business. Because my RF supply is far more encompassing than some of my other companies. My other companies are a little bit more niche. So the RF supply is All right, so what in the world? Let's line this up. Ouch. It's hot. All right. Let's see if I drop some of that and I need to get you off of there. Go away. Uh-oh. I got a little overzealous there. I forgot about how hot that was. All right, cool. I cleared it off. That's great. So I might go ahead and chop that just because that just irritates the piss out of me. We'll see in a second though. See if I have to. No, I don't have to at all. It's cool. It irritates me, but not that bad. Not enough to have to deal with shavings. Because I'm just a hair high on one side. Not that it matters or is ever going to cause a problem, but it just irritates me. All right, one more. So we'll finish this one up over here. Can I put up a 200-foot tower? No, you cannot put up a 200-foot tower. Well, actually, excuse me. Yes, you can put up a 200-foot tower under certain conditions. You have to have either a GMRS license or just some sort of ham license, whether that be your general, your extra class, or your technician's class. You can also apply for commercial permits and go for commercial and do good. So there's a couple different scenarios where you can do that. According to the FAA, if you have anything over 199 foot of tower, you will need to have a safety beacon on it, or a beacon on the top. I'm not sure what they particularly call it, but it's basically a light. So if you haven't seen one of those beacons, I actually have one over here. See if I can find it. So you'd have to have one of these beacons right here. So this is a beacon. You'd set that up on top of the tower, and that would light up. and it would have certain strobe patterns and things like that. And that would be what if you went over 200 foot. You would have to, at that point, along with having your beacon, you would also need to register it with the FAA, not the FCC, but the FAA. So most guys will stay under 200 foot. How high can you go? Depends on what you're going for. Most local counties will have a city ordinance or a county ordinance that says something about 60 foot above obstructions, unless you have a ham radio license or something like that, or a GMRS license. If there's no restrictions, then it just doesn't, and you're operating on. It just depends. Like I said, there's some situations where it's don't ask, don't tell, really. But typically, it's about 60 foot. Are there guys that exceed that? Sure. Are there guys that have their license and get their license so that they can exceed that and they want to operate on a different frequency? Sure. But as long as you got that license, you have the opportunity to do so. Slum area? I'm not sure. Like I said, it just depends. I would assume just look into your local county ordinances. If it says you can go up to whatever the maximum allowable height by the according to the FCC, that would be 199 foot if you get your ham license. GMRS, sometimes you can sneak in there and get it with the county that way, and GMRS is a little bit easier for guys to get, but just depends on your county ordinances and things like that. And then sometimes if you're in the city, it depends on the city ordinances also. So the county code and city ordinances. Let me get it right. Yeah, copy the NIPX for sure. Yeah, I like NIPX. Some things are awesome. I got a set sitting in the bottom of one of my vehicles right now. I just got to grab it out and put it back over here. Because I got one pair of 5-inch, but I need to get another pair of 5-inch. And then I've got, I think, one of my crimpers. I don't know where it's at, but it's in one of my vehicles, literally in the passenger side floorboard, and I just haven't grabbed it yet. And it's irritating me every time I go to build this coax. Because I like my small ones. I've been using these others. These are kind of handy, more for goofing off than it is anything. But it's got the pliers on this side, and then it's got the needle nose on that side. But I like them because they got the spring effect, so it lets me. I'm trying to get on both cameras. There we go. It's got that spring effect on it, so it's pretty nice. So that spring does come in kind of handy whenever you're trying to do stuff a little quicker. But realistically, on these exact ends, I'm actually holding that connector static anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Hey, no problem, man. If you got any questions, I'll try to answer it the best way I can to try to help you out. Any advice and stuff like that you want to know, just let me know. Say you're on the 11 meter or something like that, or even you're on 2 meter. There's situations where height, that really doesn't matter as much. So if you were trying to talk 2 meter, of course, it's line of sight, so the higher you get, the better off you'll be. If you're talking on 80 meter, then you typically don't need to go very high, just simply because it's not gonna. You can do some long path with a very small antenna a lot of times. Now, if you want to go a full length 80 meter antenna, you will have to be pretty tall, but your ground radios are going to go way into the ground. So the actual tower height's not going to be a thing. Your tower itself will turn into your antenna. If you're on 6 meter, then your height-wise would definitely end up being shorter than if you were on, say, 10 meter or 11 meter. So you don't have to go as high in order for the antenna to perform well. So depends on how high you are. Say if you're on like 10 or 11, typically like probably 30, 40 foot should do it for most guys for if you're trying to wait for the band to open and talk some DX and stuff like that, or talk skip if you were on the 11 meter band. It's the same thing, it's just called different things. All right, no problem. for sure. I don't mind. I try to help out the best I can. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you guys very much for the likes. You guys are awesome. I know you guys have been tapping the screen a lot in order for that to show up that many likes. So thank you very much. I appreciate all you guys. You guys are awesome. Yeah, when you guys tap that screen, it really does help. It suggests my videos to more people, and more people get to see what's going on. Hey, what's up, Corey? Yeah, copy the happy holidays, man. Hope you had a Merry Christmas, and hope you have a Happy New Year coming up. And in case you missed it, I told everybody else that after this video, I'll see everybody else next year. Everybody in here next year. Because I ain't going to be live until Thursday. Cobra 29 for a base is no big deal. That should work just fine. Typically, like I said, if you're doing for local talking, height is might. 60 foot is a good place to go. Pretty easy solution if you had it around you would be finding a tree, because most city ordinances and stuff like that and county ordinances say 20 foot above any other obstruction. So you could run in a tree that's 60 foot tall and go 20 foot above the tree and still be within your code. So sometimes they'll sneak in an extra statement that says that you can't be more than 60 foot above any structure altogether. But yeah, what's my best option? 10 meter HF and an HOA. I live in the city. 10 meter HOA, one of your best options for in an HOA is if you can put up a flagpole. Then what you do is get Tom at 05 Antennas. He makes what's called an all mode. You might can get a mono banded, but he makes an all mode flagpole antenna. So you would literally mount a flag to it, but it's actually a base loaded antenna. So it's got a tuning network at the base, and you can actually tune it out, and it's actually an antenna, and it's extremely incognito. So if they allow you to put a flagpole up, then buy the flagpole antenna. And if they ask why you're digging a trench back to the house, then all you got to say is I'm running power to it. It needs to have some power, just in case I need to run this flag up and down. That would be your excuse. But yeah, that's pretty much a perfect way to get away from the HOA stuff. Now, if they give you problems and they still don't allow you to run that even, then what you do is they make attic antennas. If you absolutely could not make something work, a lot of times you can get a antenna tuner, and you can make even a chain link fence tune out if you get the right setup. If you want to get even fancier, you can get a certain length of gutter on your house and just put metal gutter on your house, and you can actually put a tuner on that and tune out a gutter. So you can get really creative when it comes to RF theory to make an antenna work and also keep it hidden where they don't see it. Also, you can put up a wire antenna inside of a tree. That's one option you can do, and have it where it's 100% hidden. You can get a fiberglass antenna, and you can paint it camo, and you can mount it in a tree. And instead of topping the top of the tree out and poking it way out the top, you can just mount it into the tree itself where it's kind of more hidden. So yeah, you got lots and lots of options to be able to do an antenna in the HOA. Yeah, dipole, of course, was what I meant by doing a wire antenna. You can do a wire dipole, which is just all it is two wires the exact same length up in the air. Also, the attic antenna is also another type of dipole, so it's not lost on everybody. But yeah, lots and lots of options for HOAs. We can get creative and get some boogers. All right, so another option would be if you just absolutely have no other option, you can run an antenna on your mobile, and as long as you're allowed to park your mobile out in your yard, you can also do just run a coax from that mobile, and then if they ask, then all you saying is I'm running a battery charger to it so that I can make sure my battery don't die. So, yeah, Terry is also very right. There is a very real solution also. If any of these other solutions are difficult and hard to do, there is one final solution, and that is you can also move. that is a viable solution. It may not be the ideal solution, but it is viable. Alright, I got this bubbled up just a smidge too much. So this measurement is a very small margin that I've got to play with when I'm building these things. So I've got, I think, about 1 millimeter to play with to get these things lined up. But that's alright. That's why you guys have me. You guys are welcome to do these things yourself. It does not hurt my feelings at all. I showed you guys how to do it a few times already. But those are done. Like, that's another 3 meters that's out of the way. Not completely, but I'm pretty dang close to being done with that whole order. So very, very happy with this. I'm making a lot of progress. So this is extremely good news. Alright, so now let's double check, make sure I'm not being stupid, making bad decisions. Friend, South Carolina Fireball in the house. Hey, what's up, Fireball? Thanks, man. Appreciate you hanging out for sure. We're talking about some HOA options right here. I'm going to measure some length on this these coaxes real quick. Give me just a second. I'm making sure I'm not making a bad decision. Alrighty. So those are good. So. Alright, so that's all those. This is all these. I've got 3 more coaxes to do, then I'm going to have to probably call it a night. I don't really know. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not. Hey, Durr, thank you very much, Coopfer, man. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate you very much. If you guys have not... Ooh, hang on a second. I almost made a mistake over here. Let me grab a zip tie real quick. And let me just grab whatever remaining components I got over here. I need this and this. So normally when I do this, I like to prep. I like to have everything mounted on here because this stuff has got a very low friction coefficient. So it will sling right off the end of it if I don't watch it. So what I do is I put them on and load them on and throw me a little zip tie in place. Now, if I pull hard enough, whoops, I'm out of the shot anyway. If I pull hard enough, I can easily slide the zip tie off. But just wiggling it around, it's not going to fly off. It'll stay in place. All right. So, I hope the HOA question helped a bit. It's definitely a sore subject for some, for sure. I probably would have a really hard time living in a HOA myself, so I feel for you. But maybe some of those solutions will help you out. If you don't know what those solutions were and all those things that I said sounded complicated, feel free to message me. I will absolutely take some time and explain these things to you. I'll send you a link. I'll tell you who to buy it from and all that stuff on the different options that you do have. So don't feel like you're alone in that situation. Feel free to message me anytime, and I'll try to help you get some sort of HOA solution worked out. Alright, so now I need my I just used them. What did I do? Alright, we're going to play the D-Win scavenger hunt game, and if you guys can find it before me, there's a prize to be had. No, I lost my pick. It's sitting right here in front of me. I'm blind as a bat. Didn't see where it was. Alright, so let's bump this camera down just a smidge for you guys. This is such a weird thing. Like, I don't know. I'm way over there. How am I? I'm on this camera, and you guys are way off to the side of that thing. That's crazy how far off to the side of that thing you are. That thing is pointed like towards my bench, and you guys are on the very corner of the screen. I don't care though. It works. Who cares? Let's not. Don't mess with something when it's working. All right. What's up, Sam? Hope you're doing well over there. Jay, what's up, man? Hope you're doing good too. We are making progress today. We're doing a lot of RG-400. And then I've got to do some more testing on some equipment. Then I've got to do some more jumpers. Then I got to do some more jumpers. Then I got to do some more feed line. Then I got to finish up these bird meters. But we are on the tail end of almost every single project in the shop, except for some more main feed lines. Those are going to come up after this. But that is what it is. It's part of it. It's right there. All right, so what am I doing? Nope, I'm not doing that. Heat shrink first. All right. All right, any questions? Anything you guys would like to know? Anything about RF theory you guys are confused about? You guys feel free to pop in and ask those questions while we're doing this live. These lives are made for you guys. I've got to build this wire anyway, so it doesn't make a difference to me what we talk about. If we talk about the weather, if we talk about RF theory, if we talk about the next upcoming events coming up, it doesn't really make a difference to me. It's just kind of wherever you guys want to lead the conversation. If you guys don't lead it, you will obviously hear me ramble. But if you got questions, feel free to ask. Blam Todd, what you got? I see the at, but I don't see a question. So feel free to ask, and I will try to respond. Awesome. Glad you're doing good over there, Jay. Appreciate you, man. Ramiro, what's up, man? Thanks for liking the live. Thank you very much for tapping the screen. That helps a lot with TikTok for whatever reason. The more you guys tap the screen, the more it, what's up? Listener, first time talker. I'm vision impaired. Sorry about that. Hey, no problem at all. Talk whenever you like, or at least type it in, or whatever, however it works for you. I've got a couple customers here locally. One goes by 88. He is legally blind, but he has got a, he's visually impaired, but he's got a really, really good, like, light and magnifying glass. That's what he can actually zoom in and actually speak and do his typing and stuff on there. I thought that was really neat when I saw him use it. But yeah, that's cool, man. If you're using the TTS service or whatever like that, I do appreciate you, and thank you very much for hopping in the live, man, for sure. Thank you very much. Hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. I really like talking to you guys. It don't feel like you guys are a burden to me at all. You guys are not. You guys are all awesome, and it gives me something to talk about whenever you guys are hanging out. It's all by touch and memory. I can see a little bit of light, but I can't read the chats. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's interesting to hear about for sure. I know I've talked about like some macular degeneration stuff with some of these guys. I think that's what he has. I'm not quite sure, but I think he sees like the border, but he doesn't see the focus on the middle. So very cool. I'm glad you're able to hop in here and talk to us. That's such an awesome thing about technology nowadays. So very much I appreciate you being here for sure. What I'm working on now is some RG-400. I'm actually kind of curious. As far as, like you said, you're seeing some lights and stuff like that, do you mainly focus on what I say in the videos, or do you can you follow along with like a lot of the things that I'm building and things like that? Do I got the brightness and the focus up good enough so you can see it? I'm very curious if I'm a descriptive enough of a I don't know what you'd call it, influencer, video person, whatever, company, whatever you want to call me. but I'm very curious if my stuff is descriptive enough. Copy that. I'd love to make it a bit meet and greet one day. Yeah, for sure, man. It'd be great if you can get a chance to meet me. I will be at about 11 events this coming year. I think is the number. It might be 12 or more. I did some math, and I think I only counted up to 9, but for some reason I think I'm forgetting a few. So far, the events I will be at this year, pretty well confirmed. There's definitely, of course, subject to extenuating circumstances and things like that. But I will be in Hamcation in Orlando, Florida. Before that, I'll be in Nassau in the Bahamas. I'll be there at an event over there. Each one of these is an event, so if you guys can find me and you guys say the slogan, you will get, I will have at least 3 pieces of merch, either be 2 hats and 1 shirt, or 3 shirts and no hats, or whatever combination thereof that I'll have at the time. And if you guys say the slogan, then you will get a hat or a shirt. It is subject to availability. I can't really get your size. I just got to get whatever I've got with me. So not to be rude or anything, that's just all I'll have. And then at any of those events, if you find me and say the slogan, I'll be doing that all this year. I will be in Arkansas this year. I'll be in Wichita, Kansas this year. I will be in... Oh, where else I'll be? I'll be in Carnesville, Georgia this year. I'll be in West Palm Beach this year. I'm trying to think about where else I'll be. But yeah, if you can make it to one of those events, I'd be happy to say hello to you. And if you come early enough and you beat everybody else, then you can get a shirt or a hat. A sound different than the radio. Okay, cool, man. Yeah, it's definitely a different sound for sure. But, well, that's cool to know. All right. So, like I said, I'll be at a lot of these events these coming years. This coming year, I'll be in Dayton, Ohio. I'll be in Joliet, Illinois, most likely. I should be in. I don't know if Cleveland, Ohio is going to have another event or not. We'll see. But yeah, I'll be at quite a few of these things. It was a bad retina surgery. I used to watch you and your brother all the time in 2016. Oh, I copy that. I understand. Yeah, that definitely does stink whenever that stuff happens. But hey, we learn how to adapt and learn how to get around it. The wonderful thing about RF is it does not require vision to talk on the radio. So that's a very, very awesome thing about the hobby. So if you are vision impaired, RF getting into radio is a really good thing to do, because it can be fun and enjoyable, and you can have lots and lots of conversations all over the world. That's one thing I'm super grateful for. There's you never know who you're going to meet. You never know who's has other stuff going on or anything like that. The cool thing about radio is it brings all sorts of people together. You got some people that don't have the option to do other things. Some people that do it because this is what they enjoy the most. There's all sorts of people. Like I said, just all walks of life, all different locations. I had Australia that was in here earlier. I've enjoyed and talked to Australia on the radio. That's always fun, being able to talk that long of a distance to somebody from the other side of the world, pretty much. I think I did some what's called the antipodes, which is the exact opposite side of the planet. If you went through the planet, from where I'm at, I am basically off the eastern coast of Australia by about 100 or so miles. So Australia is very close to the opposite side of the planet from me. So very cool to know. if you guys ever get a chance to look it up, look up your antipose for your area. I think it's what they call it, ANTIPOSE, I think. And it's very cool to know. I am not a radio host. I've done some broadcast decoms and things like that, but I am more of a radio operator, if I was to say anything as far as that goes. I do have a station of my own, but for the most part, I am an RF supply company, so I supply components for other people to build their own stations up. So if you guys are familiar with anything to do with RF theory, whether it be ham radio, whether it be CB radio, whether it be broadcast, I supply the components for a lot of those guys. I do try to enunciate and try to say more clear words for you guys to hear and understand me whenever I'm speaking here. So I'm not sure if that makes me sound more like a radio host or not, but I do appreciate the fact that you even thought I was. So that's cool. But no, I would be more the one that's behind the scenes keeping the stuff working. Not familiar, but I find the stuff fascinating. That's awesome. That's great. If I can convince one more person to get into the RF hobby in any aspect, then I feel like I did a great accomplishment, because it's a very cool field for sure. It's pretty nice in certain situations. Of course, you've got some frequencies that require repeaters to be able to talk long distances, but other situations you literally just work with Mother Nature and you're able to talk to the other side of the planet. So it's very, very cool. There's other guys that get into something called moon bounce. They will actually take RF signal and put it extremely directive and direct it at the moon and bounce off the moon somewhere else in the world and talk, basically using the moon like a backboard. So that's pretty cool too. Oh, sorry, Blam Todd. I don't really have a good way to know how to. Been out of it for 30 years. Got your ham license now. Went back to AM because hammer was kind of D. I missed that. Okay, but sorry about that, Blam. I really have a good way to put you on here right now. The way my stuff is set up, I've got a computer over here, and I've got 2 different cameras focused on TikTok and Facebook and YouTube and Twitch and X. And I'm not next to the keyboard where I can actually click anything. I'm barely to the point where I can see your guys' comments. I need to get a bigger monitor to be able to read it. Antarctica Research Moon Mount. So that's pretty cool. Antarctica Research Station. Yeah, I'm actually... I didn't actually join them, but I've actually got a little preview going for one of the moon bounce groups on Facebook. I looked at one of the posts, and it's starting to suggest it to me, some more of that group. And it's pretty cool to see their little, they'll do circular polarization. They'll do some serious Yagis. It's pretty cool, for sure. And so, to the gentleman that's not super familiar with this, what a Yagi is a very directive antenna. So you can take RF signals and you can make it talk certain directions, or you can take RF signals and make it talk every direction. You've got what's called an omnidirectional antenna, which allows it to talk all directions, or you've got a Yagi or a quad, which allows you to focus that signal one direction or another. There are other types of directional antennas, but that is typically what people will have. A lot of times you'll call them phased arrays and things like that for antennas that are directive to some degree. All right, so what we're building now is watt meter sample line is what I'm doing right now. I'm actually not even building coax. So a lot of people would think that I'm building coax to be able to transfer RF signal from point A to point B. I'm actually building sample line to take a very, very small RF signal and run to a meter. And the meter would be this old school analog meter right here that you guys can see in the corner of the picture right here. Or we will have these newer digital meters right here that have, of course, multiple different options for setting those up. But yeah, either one of those you could use this sample line on. So I'm building both. I'm building analog and I'm building digital. All right, this will be our very last coax connector I can build today. So I'm very happy to be able to hang out with you guys for this long and be able to talk to you about all this stuff. Hey, no problem, man. I appreciate you for sure. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, man. I'm not going just yet, but still, thank you very much. While you guys are all in here, thank you very much for watching my lives. I appreciate you guys very much. The reason I do these videos is exactly for you guys, and more for anybody else, more for Celtic, what is it, Celtic Scorp, for sure. More for Celtic Scorp than anybody else, really. Somebody who's getting really into this and getting into something as a new thing and thinks it's interesting and would consider it for something to get into. Now, for the guys who are hobbyists and really enjoy the video too, thank you very much for watching too. But you guys know all about this stuff. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate you, Celtic. I hope you enjoy this stuff, and I hope you get into it, man. It'd be cool. I don't care if it's in the HF community or if it's in the CB guys or if it's in learning a little bit more about the broadcast stuff. Hey, thanks for the follow there, Mark. Thank you very much, Tater Hatcher. All right, let's go right here and let's finish up this one right here. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff accomplished today. I'll have to see what all else. I'll have to look at my tickets to be able to see what all I can ship out tonight based off of what I just finished. I think I can ship out 2 different orders, maybe, or I might have to finish those other 3 coaxes. And then I just got an order for 3 more coaxes, and then another coax, and then another, was it 2 or 3 more coaxes on top of that? So yeah, I'll have a bunch to build, but that will be later. I can't put them ahead of what else needs to be done, so I'll be finishing everything else before I start on those. But yeah. And then I got some high voltage stuff I'm building for I suppose, I'm not 100% sure. It might even be for an AI company. I'm not sure. But I know they're a research company for sure, but I'm building some high voltage harnesses for them. So I've kind of expanded a little bit more into the high voltage category for a lot of you guys. I've shipped out some 150,000 volt high voltage wire and stuff. That's another pretty interesting field to deal with. It's a little bit sideways to the normal field that I deal with, but I deal with it enough that it doesn't really matter to me anymore. I've built high voltage harnesses for quite some time, just simply because I need it for some high voltage vacuum tubes and stuff. So it just makes sense. It was just a natural progression for my business, and it kind of just works. So you guys will get to see a piece of that. That'll be pretty cool. Did I mess up and not cut enough? I might need to cut one more of these. So now is the not the time to grab the Dremel. Now is the time to find my safety glasses, because I have cut the stuff enough to realize that one small little corner bumping in your eyeball sucks. Hey, thanks for the follow very much. Thank you very much. Blam, give me just 1 second. I'll tell you. Yeah, for sure, man. That's awesome. I'm glad you're hooked. Kind of weird to say. I'm glad somebody's addicted to the hobby. No, no. I think it's a really good outlet. The cool thing about RF is anything, whether it be ham, whether it be CV, whether it be broadcast, anything to do with RF theory. It's once you buy it, it's a initial purchase. But unless you're super competitive, that's it. That's your purchase overall. You don't have to do anything else. You buy it, you own it, and you're done. That's pretty much it. You don't have to. There is some degree of maintenance, but the maintenance is very small. So it's not like you have to constantly buy stuff over and over and over for it. Now, yes, technically, if you're competitive or if you just want to, you can constantly buy stuff. But it's not a requirement by any means. There's some guys, I know some guys that hadn't bought a new piece of equipment from the 80s. and literally been running the same stuff from the 80s, which is not a problem. Some of them guys still sound good. Not all of them do. Some of them are pretty terrible. But that just depends on the person, though. But I mean, you're talking about 80s, that's 45 years ago, and they still got the same equipment, and it's still running. So there's not many hobbies that can speak for stuff like that. Say you can go for 45 years without having to spend any more money. So that's pretty cool. Jumpers wise, 66 or 84 bucks if you want to do velocity factor, or if you want to do inverted velocity factor there, blam. That's for RG-400. I have prices for some bigger stuff if you want 1/2-inch flex or 7/8 or any of that other stuff too. But RG-400 is a good solid jumper that does a good job. And like I said, they're 84 or 66 bucks. Constantly buy stuff. Yeah, Terry. I would say you're probably on the other side of the hobby. There are types in the hobby, and I don't mean to be singling anybody out, but there are guys that get competitive like drag racing. So you can get competitive in any hobby. There's guys that have been driving around a John boat their whole life and been fishing them and catching fish their whole life and have no problems with that. There's other guys that get the competition bass boats that's got 4 fish finders, got a 200 or 300 horsepower motor on the back, and they're racing in these tournaments for competition and trying to make big pots of money. Those guys in the John boat might catch fish and really enjoy themselves, but they're not going to win the tournament with the John boat. Not all the time, that is. Maybe if you got a good little 50 or 75 horsepower John boat, maybe, but not no little 10 or 15 horsepower. They'll beat you to the hole every time. Hello, Fernando. Hope you're doing well. Trying to wave at people as they hop in. So you guys got to see me do a bunch of RG-400. If you saw me whenever I didn't cut that end off, that is how you do a regular RG-400 end. After I cut the end off, you saw me. That shows you how to put together a sample line. So you guys see both ways how to put a piece of RG-400 to use, either as a sample line for a watt meter or as a main feed line for or jumper for a piece of equipment, transceiver to amplifier or something like that. So you got options. That's the cool thing about these videos. Now, if you want to get me more, want me to get more in depth, I can. I've done on multiple occasions explanations of how to solder, how to put these connections together, what things to look out for, how to make sure that you're going to bond properly, make sure it's not going to have a cold solder joint, make sure it's wicking in properly, all kinds of stuff like that. So we can get deeper into that stuff at some point. Thank you so much. Just ordered an amplifier from 307. I'll copy that. Yeah, I've got a website. It's dwinsrsupply.com. I might get in trouble for saying that, but hopefully I don't. But the website is currently broke, so just click the text us feature on the website, and when you click that feature, I can build you an invoice for whatever you would like. Also, you can just message me on Facebook, and then I can get it done for you for there. All right, but super duper happy. This one's done. Let's see how many. I'll show you guys how many ends we were able to finish up today. So we got these 3 ends, and not today, but between today and yesterday. These 3 ends right here. These 2 ends right here. And then I have 3 left, and then I'll be done. So we finished, I don't know, approximately 180 something foot of wire. I don't know, maybe a little less than that. But very, very happy to get that out of the way. After that, I've got to, like I said, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more jumpers coming back in line of some more RG-400. I've got 2 more jumpers of some 1/2-inch flex. I've got 2 more main feed lines of 1/2-inch flex, 1 more main feed line of 1/2-inch hard line. High voltage harness, another 1/2-inch flex harness. I don't know what else. I think I might be done. All right, guys. That is looking for a watt meter. I just want to hook it to radio and antenna be ready to go. Now, Anthony, I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm not the best guy to be selling you a watt meter, just being fair. Even though I've got a watt meter here, let's see if I can zoom out on that thing. Yeah, even though I've got a watt meter here, these are all your digital watt meters. I've got watt meters here. These are triple watt meter cases right here. This is the analog triple watt meter cases right here. I've got a dual watt meter case right here. Oh, and I got 2 more coaxes I finished over here. I forgot to show you guys those. Those 2 are also finished too. So I got a lot of those done. I've also got the single analog watt meters right here. So this would probably be your most economical option to be able to get a watt meter, but it's not going to be your most diverse option. So the Bird platform is not the cheapest platform to get into, but it's by far the most versatile. If you were to go with one of these meters right here, your potential measurement range, depending on what element you buy. So if you get this 50 watt element versus if you get, say, this 500 watt element, your range, of course, is going to change based off of what you use. You'll need to have one of these line sections right here. You don't have to have a dual one, but you can get a single one. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. But this platform allows you to read, if you had the appropriate slug, you could read all the way down to 1/100th of a watt, all the way up to, I think, 3.8 megawatts in theory. And in actuality, if you can find the element, which they are out there and they are made, up to 1,000,000 watts. Now, of course, you wouldn't be able to read it with this line section right here. You would have to upgrade your line section to a larger line section, and you'd have to go up from that size right there. Where's it at? I got one over here. I was trying to show you. I've got a bigger one, a big one to show you, but where's the in-between one? Oh, I know where it's at. It's over here maybe. Let me go grab it. Then you'd have to upgrade from there to one of these right here, but even that wouldn't be large enough to read up to 1,000,000 watts. And then you'd have to go up to here, but even that wouldn't be enough to go up to 1,000,000 watts. That could go up to 400,000 peak, but it wouldn't be able to go any higher than that. But yeah, and then I've got bigger line sections that you can order from me too that will read even larger. So, like I said, I've got this is a very, very versatile platform. So it's not your cheapest platform, but it's definitely it's the last one you'll ever buy. You might buy extra accessories and parts for it, but it is the last one you'll buy. Yeah, 6 1/8. Yeah, I've got a 6 1/8 inch EIA over there, but it's actually going to an 80,000 watt dummy load. But I've got some 6 1/8 inch line sections too. So if anybody wanted one of those, I have those available also. I think the biggest element I've got right here in stock, if somebody wanted to, now I can't sell this one. I hate to say that, but Terry knows. There is some unobtainium right over there. Hang on, where's it at? I can try to get it in the shot. You guys can't see. My visibility is restricted. Whatever. So sorry, I got in trouble on TikTok. It said I'm telling you guys about the website too much. I got a TikTok shop. Let me say it again. I got a TikTok shop. So yeah, Terry knows what that one is. See if I can get it to focus over here. Focus there, buddy. You can do it. There you go. Just a couple watts is what that one will read. Not too many. Zoom it out so you guys can look at it. But yeah, I've got all kinds of different stuff. All right, but that is pretty much it for the evening. We're going to go ahead and call it with that. If you guys want anything else, you just guys let me know. I have a plethora of things that I've got to get accomplished, but it is late in the evening, and we will call it a night. If you need anything, Anthony, and you want to get into one of the Bird platforms, definitely send me a message, and I will try to help you out and get you one of those. The cheapest one I can get you into is one of these average-only reading Bird watt meters for $350, and then you can get say a 500 watt element or so, and be able to read probably in the low 50 watt range up to 500 watts or so. pretty decently with no problems. So 500 right here. You go down to the 50 watt range and be okay. Anything lower and it'd be a little bit inaccurate. But yeah, that is something you could buy for somewhat of a cheaper price, but it's still around 500 bucks. 350 plus 160. But all right, I've got to go, guys. You guys have an excellent evening, and I will catch you guys later. I've got to call it an evening. See y'all. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking out the videos. Appreciate you, Rosalina. I know you've been hanging out for a long time. Celtic Scorp, thank you. Appreciate you, man. Tyrell, thank you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Mark, Tater, Nomad, Robert, hope you guys are doing good. Thanks for the likes. Terry, what's up, man? I hope you're doing well. Jay, and everybody else. Thank you guys very much. Corey, Warren, Chuck, John, anybody else that's still hanging out. All right, I'm out.